Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday Sports Buzz presented by livingforless.org. Make sure you visit livingforless.org. Great half price on restaurants, entertainment, anything you want. You get a great deal at livingforless.org. Our number 964-2121, and we are Louisville's original live TV sports talk show. I'm your host, Greg Brom, and I am joined tonight by one of our favorite co-hosts, very popular, backed by very popular demand from our loyal viewers, Kristen Thoburn, news reporter for WHAS Radio, and Kristen is a sports expert. And
addict.
Fanatic, yeah, she is got a problem. And she's going to share that with us tonight, and we want to hear from you tonight at 964-2121, the Oxmoor Ford Lincoln Buzz Line. First up tonight, Kristen, and there was an article in the paper today talking about UK's home basketball schedule this season, and the thought is that it's kind of weak. Really, Baylor, the only prominent opponent on UK's home schedule, and the paper was trying to really paint a poor light on this schedule, especially with ticket increases on the fan base after a national championship season. Is the criticism valid?
I think the criticism is absolutely valid. To point out that something might not be ideal is always valid. And I mean, as a reporter myself, I understand that your job isn't necessarily to appease people or to only point out the good things. You look at the situation and say, okay, this side of it's being presented. I'm going to present the other side of it. I think the criticism is valid. I think when they dropped the IU series, Cal said, we can schedule anyone. We're Kentucky. Everyone wants to play us. There's plenty of people that want to play us. That was his quote. And Dwayne Peavy said something to the effect of they were unsuccessful in several other attempts to get other people to play him. If Baylor is the best you can do, then I think Cal needs to think twice before he's going to drop a series. Especially with a tradition program that the fans want to see.
I never bought into a lot of that talk about anybody would want to play us. Well, not if you're only going to play, if they have to play you only in Rupp Arena. But you're not going to go play them anywhere. So who's going to do that? Baylor should be ashamed of themselves for agreeing to that series, that two-game series, going to Rupp, and then not getting a home game. I know you're going to play in Cowboy Stadium, and maybe you'll make a lot of money, even though I don't think it'll get anywhere close to selling out Cowboy Stadium. But Baylor is a much better program than to have to play a one-game in Rupp Arena, no return game series with Kentucky.
I mean, I agree with you, but that's the rhetoric that was being put out there. I didn't agree with it at the time, and I think that the proof is in the pudding at this point, that if Baylor's the best you can do, then that's not good enough. And I mean, for Baylor, I see their point. You can raise your RPI. If you lose to Kentucky, it's not a big deal. You lost to Kentucky, the number one team in the nation. If you win, that's a huge thing on your resume. That can up your seeding in the tournament, get you a little furder. I understand where they're coming from.
They're not going to win in Rupp Arena. If you're winning a game to win, you don't go to Rupp to play it. I actually think, though, that maybe the criticism is a bit overdone because they won the national championship last year. And they always do play a tough schedule. They're still playing Duke. They're still playing Louisville. It's just on the road or at a neutral site. Next year, you'll have Louisville back in. You'll probably have North Carolina back in there. If this is a one-year anomaly, I'm okay with it. I mean, 1 year, you have to play a schedule like this. You are playing good teams, and so the fans will get to watch those games on television. It's not like you're not playing anybody. I kind of think it's a bit overdone.
I see where you're coming from, and I agree that if it's a one-year anomaly, that's not a big deal. But the point is this is where Cal is going with the schedule. This is where he said he's going with the schedule. He wants to play in the big domes. He doesn't want to play tough opponents at home because he doesn't want to lose at home. But, I mean, there was a guy in the article that said if it's all about March, if it's all about the players, getting them prepared for March, then I'm going to save my money, and I'm not going to the regular season games. I'll save it up, and I'll take a trip to wherever we're going in March. And that's a valid point.
That makes a lot of sense,
Why would you spend your money on games against Long Beach State or whoever?
Absolutely, and we want to hear from you. There's this home schedule we talked about. non-conference home schedule. Baylor, December 1st, really the only game of note in that non-conference home schedule. We want to hear from you. Is the criticism valid of Kentucky, John Calipari, and his home schedule, home non-conference schedule for this coming season? Let's turn a bit and transition from Cal's schedule to one of Cal's players, Anthony Davis. Makes the U.S. Olympic team. Actually, had a nice performance against Cal's Dominican team the other night. How much do you think?
In which Edgar Sosa broke his foot.
That poor guy.
Oh, man, he can't get a break.
Oh, yeah, he can.
I
mean, well. I hate to say it that way, but he can.
No pun intended.
But how much will Davis contribute?
I think that given the opportunity, he's going to contribute a lot. I think he's a tremendous player, and anytime he's been given the chance, he steps up and he takes charge. And while in this Olympics, his bigger role might be taking some of the minutes so that LeBron, so that Kobe, so that some of the other guys can rest when they're playing, Czechoslovakia and Poland in the first round, so that when they get to the final rounds, their legs are fresh. These guys might be older, but they're more talented.
I actually think he would have been a better selection than Blake Griffin in the first place.
I tend to agree.
Look at the roster that this Olympic team is putting together. Really, Tyson Chandler is the only center. Before now, you have Anthony Davis. Here we have a comparison, Chris, and this made big news last week. The ~92 Dream Team versus this Olympic team. If we can get that back up there, Trevor. If you can, he's fading in and out on us back there. But Kobe said this team would beat that '92 team, or it could beat that '92 team. What do you think?
I think it'd be close. I think that 1 to 5, starting 5, it's apples and apples. Once you get down the bench a little bit, though, I think the '92 team's got the edge. I mean, that is just name brand players, top to bottom.
There are 11 Hall of Famers on that '92 team. Now, Bird never played again in the NBA. I don't know if Magic did. He was at the end of his career.
Magic did go back because that was at the time where he'd quit, and then he went back after. But he was still towards the end of his career. He wasn't at his peak.
Well, I tell you what, though, just look at inside playing. We talked about Anthony Davis joining this Olympic team. You've got Karl Malone. You've got David Robinson, you've got Patrick Ewing, really still in their prime, and you're putting them against Tyson Chandler and Anthony Davis really on the inside when you look at the really power players on this Olympic team. Kevin Love is more actually probably perimeter oriented, but he's a big guy.
Yeah, 92's got the edge there.
And I agree with your point on the depth. I think in a one-game scenario, Kobe, you got Kobe, LeBron, Durant, you're going to score some points.
Yeah.
Westbrook. I mean, one-game scenario, this team could beat that team. That team's a better team, and Jordan alone probably could beat any team that you could ever put together just himself.
I think in a 7-game series, 92 wins, 4 games to 3.
4 to 3. I'll go 4 to 2. I'll go 4 to 2.
It's a 7-game series.
It's if I win 4, they don't make. If I win 4 in a row, they don't make me play 5 and 6, 7. So I say you win it in 6. They win it in 6. The '92 team. Give us a call. What do you think? 964-2121. Livingforless.org is our sponsor. So make sure you visit their website and the Oxmoor Ford Lincoln Buzzline 964-2121. We've got UK's home basketball schedule. What do you think about it? And '92 Dream Team versus this Olympic team. We'll be back in a moment. This is the Sunday Sports Buzz presented by livingforless.org.
Hi, I'm Jim Weeks. At MaxCare, no project is too big. We have the capabilities to handle the smallest residential project to the largest commercial undertaking. We even clean big houses like this one. And everyone has been a buzz about our amazing 4 areas for $99 special. We want to let everyone know that MaxCare also cleans upholstery, ceramic tile, and air ducts. We also install and refinish hardwood floors dust-free. MaxCare, locally owned and family operated. Give us a call, 636-4629.
Join the club at Sam Swope Auto Group. When you service a vehicle at any Sam Swope dealership, you automatically become a Service VIP Rewards member. You get member pricing on parts and service, lost key return, and emergency roadside assistance. Plus, you can earn points that qualify you for discounts on your next vehicle purchase, up to $2,500. The best part is becoming a member is free. Become a member today at any Sam Swope dealership. Nobody walks away because everybody saves.
So with Dish's new hopper, now we can record 6 shows at the same time. See? My show's recording.
So's mine.
So's mine.
So's mine. So's mine.
Congratulations. Now you can start cooking, cleaning, leaving, and jogging.
I really don't have to leave, do I? I'm certainly not going jogging.
Dish introduces the Hopper, a whole home HD DVR that lets you record up to 6 shows at once and play them back in any room. And it's free when you sign up for Dish.
Hi, Joe here for Joe's OK Bayou. A lot has changed since we opened the doors here 15 years ago.
Gas was around $1 per gallon. Blue Story was a craze.
Long hair was in, and I was single.
But one thing that hasn't changed here at Joe's is the exceptional value and great service you get each and every day. Stop in for the all-you-can-eat lunch special, nightly $3 off dinner specials, a great happy hour, even $1.99 kids meals every Sunday. There's a reason why we've had the best Cajun in town for the past 15 years.
Who says change is good?
Joe's OK Bayou. It's okay by me.
Welcome back to the Sunday Sports Buzz presented by livingforless.org, 964-2121. I'm with Kristen Thoburn from WHAS Radio, news reporter and sports fanatic, obsessed, addicted. All of those wonderful terms describe her fandom. And we want to hear from you tonight. So we have on the line Mike. Mike, you're up with us on the Sunday Sports Buzz.
Hey, how you guys doing tonight?
Good.
Good. Listen, here's the comment I've got. I'm definitely a big UK fan, and I want to congratulate them for winning the national championship this year. But you know, something that hasn't been brought up yet that I'm surprised has not been is that they're undefeated at home since Calipari's been there, and I'm just wondering how much this schedule's got to do with trying to keep them undefeated at home. And they stretched that out so far that nobody will ever be able to catch up with that. And I'm just wondering if that's got anything to do with it. I'll let you talk about it, and I'll hang up.
I think it's a good point. It certainly doesn't hurt. I mean, I think I even made that comment when I said, you know, Cal doesn't want to play at home because he doesn't want to lose at home.
I almost think that had something to do with the IU, the dropping of the IU series as well.
I thought that when that initially occurred, I thought Cal saw his first home loss and he didn't like it.
Yeah, so there might be something to that. I mean, they really. The SEC, you almost feel like they're never get threatened at home. I mean, you know they're going to win 8 SEC home games every year. Now, I don't know, this year, I think they still win 8. I don't see them losing a home game. Do you see them losing a home game this year?
No, not with this schedule. No way.
Yeah, I think they keep that streak going. Handsome, what's up, man?
Yeah, there was one game Gregory with lost to the champion IU. I believe that. He's not going to win 120. I think the record was 120. They got up there.
I think actually owns that record.
I don't think he's going to break it because if he does go undefeated this year, we go in next year and get him. You know what I mean?
Eventually, it's going to happen. I do agree. Louisville will go in there in the next couple of times they visit and win in there. They'll do that. But go ahead, Hanson.
But you know, Greg, as a fan, I mean, how could you be? I mean, I know the success he's had and all that since he's been there. But, Greg, how could you be happy when you read that home schedule, you donate all that money, and you think, man, I'm a top 2 or 3 program of all time, and I'm getting this schedule. I can't get a good home game. Are you kidding me? I think the fans is very upset. When you be?
Well, I tell you what, all they have to do, though, is they're not going to be that upset because if they just look up, they're going to see a big banner hanging, and I think that gives him a lot of cover.
The reactions have been very mixed. You see some people that say, Cal, I don't care what you're doing, just keep on winning, and you do what you want to do. And other people are saying, look, you won a national championship. I appreciate that. I like that. But I'm putting out thousands and thousands of dollars a year. You just raised my ticket prices 20%, which is cutting into my very small budget or, expendable budget anymore. And I don't even get to watch a good game.
Well, let me ask you this, okay? Devil's advocate. A couple years ago, Louisville played a schedule that was pretty much, just trashed because the similar opponents, similar home schedule. It was part of that it wasn't rebuilding. What was his bridge? The bridge year, the so-called bridge year. Now, did Louisville get the same type of criticism, you think, at that time?
I think it was criticized at that time, and I think rightfully so. But he kind of came out and said, look, this is a bridge year. This is a problem for us. We're a little thin this year. Next year it'll be better. Cal didn't come out and say, next year we're gonna book a bunch of tough opponents and go gangbusters. He doesn't even know whose team's gonna be next year, so he can't promise that. Yeah. And that's part of the reason it's being scheduled like this is because he doesn't know who he's getting year to year, and so he's trying to avoid losses.
But they don't matter in the regular season. That's why I don't know why they're so loss averse. They're trying to avoid it. It's a regular season game. I think one of the key components, they don't want it anyway, but losing to Indiana, I think that was a great experience for that team.
I agree, and to me, if you're scheduling a tough game and you lose a game at home with some of your freshmen, that's the first time they get that feeling, and it's not a good feeling. They don't want to do that again. Just beating a bunch of pancakes is not the way to get them ready for a national championship run. I think this year proved that.
Okay, 964-2121. We want to hear from you. We also talked about the Olympics, the 92 Olympic team versus the Dream Team. Kristen, Olympics like 2 weeks away. What is your favorite Olympic sport to watch?
Well, first of all, I love the Olympics. I'm an Olympic junkie. I'll leave it on all day long.
Do you watch the opening ceremonies?
Not really. I don't really care. It's more about what countries are wearing what outfits. I don't really care.
It's like the Macy's parade on Thanksgiving morning. Or
something. I'll turn it on for a little bit. I usually get bored and go to bed. But I love gymnastics. I was a gymnast for many, 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 many years and wanted to be an Olympic gymnast.
That's something we didn't know about you, a gymnast. Now, what was your apparatus?
The bars. The bars was my apparatus.
Really? So you're flying around doing flips and grabbing hold of the bars and really?
Oh, I love the bars.
When did you first, so you'd be like on the swing sets as a child on the monkey bars and be throwing yourself around?
In fact, if I see one of those long bars on the playground like they have sometimes that don't have monkey bars attached, sometimes I still like to play on it.
All right, we're going to pull that bar out. Derek, let's pull the bars out. Kristen's going to do some routine for us before she leaves. I tell you what, I do like the ones that everybody seems to like because they put them all in the prime times. Swimming.
Right.
Swimming and track and field, of course. Gymnastic is on there. I like the ones that aren't as. I don't want to see basketball in the Olympics. To be honest with you, I don't even watch the basketball games because I like the ones I don't get to see all the time.
Yeah.
They're more interesting to me. The ones that I see.
Volleyball. I like the volleyball.
Yeah. The ones I see all year long anyway, I don't really care about them in the Olympics.
Yeah, soccer, I'm like, I'll watch it when the World Cup comes around.
Are they playing soccer in the Olympics? So. They're playing that too? See, I like all those. I like all the kind of the niche sports. But swimming, of course, you'll watch Michael Phelps, Ryan Lochte.
Oh, Ryan Lochte.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm sure you'll watch.
Yeah,
we want to hear from you. What's your favorite Olympic sport to watch? Give us a call at 964-2121. Also, I want to go touch on this, and we'll come back and talk about it in our last segment. Drew Brees signed a $100 million contract after a long negotiation. And my question, and many people think, first of all, do you think he's worth it?
Yeah, I do.
I think he's worth it. I agree with you because, that's kind of the going rate for a top 2-3 quarterback. Rodgers will go above that when he signs his next deal. I kind of think he is worth it. My question, who else in sports is worth every penny you could possibly pay them? Who is worth all of the money that you could give them? Who do you think? Give me a name.
Kobe's one. Peyton Manning, at least pre-injury. The way that team absolutely fell apart without him was just, he could have won the MVP by not playing that year.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning,
he was the
worth
franchise.
Every penny. I think Drew Brees is one of those guys. Aaron Rodgers is probably one of those guys.
Exactly. When you have guys that if they weren't there, the team would fall. I mean, Peyton Manning, we have the ultimate evidence of what he meant to his team. He was not there. They're the worst team in football.
I'm a Steelers fan. Troy Polamalu, when he's not playing, we're not nearly as good.
Absolutely. He's probably underpaid for
he's absolutely underpaid.
You know what I'm going with? And Hanson probably call back in and talk to us. I'm going with John Calipari. I actually think John Calipari is probably worth what he's getting paid, if not more, to Kentucky.
I would agree.
You know, absolutely. So I go with John Calipari being a guy that's worth all the money. Probably Nick Saban's probably worth. I'm on the coach's side, but Nick Saban's probably
Nick
worth
Saban is
it.
worth every penny. LSU fan.
Nick
Saban's worth every penny.
Now, who's stealing money? Who's stealing money out there?
The Yankees roster, the entire Yankees roster, starting with A-Rod, but the entire Yankees roster and most baseball pitchers.
Is there any more evidence that A-Rod was doing something? Because his numbers have just fallen completely off the map.
Off.
Since all of this revelations came out about him using whatever he used, HGH, or I don't know if he ever even admitted it, but...
I don't know if it's that. I don't know if he's getting older. I mean, he's no spring chicken. But they've got him locked up through like 2016 or something ridiculous, and stealing money.
All right, we want to hear from you. 964-2121, the Sunday Sports Buzz presented by livingforless.org.
The landscape of sports talk radio in Kentuckiana has changed in a big way. 1450 The Sports Buzz has the perfect blend of local shows. Dan Patrick in the mornings and Yahoo Sports Radio. The Freak Show with John Renshaw has made its triumphant return from 3 to 5 p.m. The afternoon Sports Buzz makes that drive home easier from 5 until 6 with Greg Brom, Rob Jones, Trevor Kelsey, and a slew of others. 1450 The Sports Buzz also has you covered with the biggest high school, college, and pro games every week. Sick of the same old watered-down sports talk? Look no further than 1450 The Sports Buzz.
Looking to save money on things you shop for daily? Look no further. VPass is here. Members save up to 50% on thousands of area businesses. Buy one, get one free at your favorite area restaurants. Golfers get free green fees at top area courses. Save on things for your auto, home, kids, and pets. Members save on prescription medication and vision care at thousands of providers nationwide. Go to myvpass.com. That's my V as in value, passes and passport.com for a free 30-day trial.
Don't let computer problems frustrate you, whether it's pop-ups, a virus, hardware or software problem, or troubleshooting any computer problems. Simply call Igloo On-Site Computer Repair. Igloo's highly professional, experienced technicians will come to your home or business and put an end to your computer problems at a third the cost of most competitors. Call now, 2 On-Site. That's area code 502-266-7483. Igloo On-Site Computer Repair.
I thought all cleaning services were the same until Molly made my carpets fresh, until Molly made my bathroom glow, until Molly made my kitchen shine. I thought all cleaning services were too expensive until Molly made my day. Now, meet the cleaning professionals that work as hard as you do. Call this toll-free number for your free in-home consultation and customized estimate. Wow, Molly Maid was here.
Back. Sunday Sports Buzz presented by livingforless.org. Greg Brom, along with former gymnast Kristen Thelburn, who is with us, former Olympic hopeful. How far did you progress in your gymnastic career?
I got to level 8. Level 10. Yes, the level 10 is about like where you start going to the junior Olympic tryouts and stuff. I got to level 8, tore a tendon in my ankle, so that was it for me.
That was, I mean, you're lucky that was all you just tore a tendon in your ankle flying around on bars doing flips and...
Oh, the bars was fine. It was the balance beam that, like, I think I got a couple concussions, so.
All right. Give us a call, 964-2121. We've been talking about Drew Brees' contract. Is he worth the money? Who is worth all the money that you could pay them? Who in sports is that valuable that no matter how much you give them, it's probably not enough? We want you to tell us. And Louisville football, it's almost football season. Actually, my team that I'm coaching, Kristen, we start practice tomorrow. I can't wait either. The very first loss that we take.
It's like Christmas, isn't it? Like for sports fans?
Yeah. It is. It's almost here, college football. Louisville, lots of expectations. I'm going to go over-under with you. Play over-under.
Okay.
Wins, 10.
Under.
Under. You're saying Louisville, under 10 wins.
If I'm a betting person.
Talk.
Okay. Do you know how difficult that is in college football? There are very few college teams that I would take the over on 10 games.
Can you? I mean, we don't have the schedule right in front of us, but 3 teams that are going to beat them to make to go 9-3.
I'm trying to think about their schedule. Pittsburgh.
Well, they do play them on the road.
Kentucky, I can never rule out because it's a rivalry game. Can never rule that out.
That would just flip the whole football universe in the state upside down.
And they never play Syracuse well, ever.
That's not, well, you just named 3. I tell you one I'm a little worried about, and I've talked about it on the show, is Southern Miss on the road on a Saturday night.
That's a tough game.
At 8 o'clock in Hattiesburg. It's just a tough, nasty place to play. Very tough. I'm going over. I think they're 11-1.
I can see them getting 10 wins, but there is no way I could take the over on that. But there's so few teams. Alabama, I'd take the over on. Almost any other team. Boise State, almost any other team, I have to take the under as if I'm a betting man.
All right, Kentucky. I'm going to set the over-under at 4.
I think right at 4 is about right, but I'll take the over.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm going over, and I think Joker can win 5 and come back for another year. I think if he can win 5 and 7, I think that will get him back for another year. I think they're going to pull. They'll pull a game or two.
They always pull an upset. They always do. That's why I have to go over.
Yeah, I'm going over. I think a lot of people are going to go under, and probably a lot of Kentucky fans I think are going to root for under. I really think the way they look at it, they want a change. But I think that Mitch Barnhart is going to give a lot of leeway to Joker.
Oh, you want Joker to stay?
I like Joker.
That's shocking. I can't believe that.
Just like we wanted Billy Gillespie to stay. All right. What do you think? Well, we're almost at the end of the show, so we probably can't take your calls this time, but we hope we gave you something to think about and talk about tomorrow morning. But I had Louisville over 10. Kristen had them under. And we both had Kentucky over 4 wins. We got Drew Brees worth every penny. I think John Calipari is worth every penny too. You know what, Rick Pitino? I think John Calipari. Rick is probably worth the money, but he's getting a lot. I think he's worth it. I don't know. The Cal investment is paid off pretty fast.
Cal, yes.
And quick. All right, Kristen, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week here. The Sunday Sports Buzz presented by Liberty.